to your 8,000 very faithful fans here.
And you don't want them to see that. You want them to be in your corner with you on your feet, not on your back.
So Lopez has to get the jab cranking. Molina looking very sharp in rounds number 1 and number 2. As we mentioned, excellent footwork and the hand speed, certainly the key early on. Working, we got some extra Vaseline over the right eye of John Molina. Hank Ellis-Prue making sure that it didn't go any further, having it wiped off by the corner of Molina. As we see Lopez continue to stalk, but not effectively, Sonny. He's not cutting off the ring as he said he would, and Molina with the good footwork has stayed out of harm's way. And he's getting tagged. The champion is getting tagged with that left jab. John is working that left jab good. He goes downstairs right there with a good left-right combination. Not a lot of damage being done. And Lopez appears to be pretty just settled on throwing 1- and 2-punch combinations, not the flurries like he did against Rocky Lockridge. He's bordering on the line of being lethargic in this round also, Hugh. He's not mixing it up. He's not getting on the inside and doing the work that he did with Lockridge on the inside. Blood starting to trickle from the nose of the champion. Molina's been pretty much in charge from round number 1, taking full control from round number 2. A nice right by Lopez after a good hook dug to the body to the champion by Molina. And then you notice Molina's trying to come underneath with that good left hook. And it's been working for him pretty good. He's measuring well with that jab. And here all along we thought, Sonny, that Lopez would be the man going to the body. Well, John said earlier that he was going to do what was necessary. He expected to come in here and brawl, but he was going to box. He was going to brawl if he had to basically utilize his speed. The corner of Tony Lopez imploring him to continue the pressure, continue to throw the combinations, not 1 and 2 punches, but 4, 5, and 6. And to this point in the fight, Lopez has failed to put them together, although that is due in some part to the fine footwork and excellent hand speed of John Molina. Well, Lopez is having difficulty slipping under that jab of the challenger. Centering action here in round number 3, the championship, the IBF Junior Lightweight title belt is on the line. The challenger, you see, in the glitter trunks, and the champ in the gold, although he did come out in tiger trunks back in July. Tonight a little more subdued in the gold and black. Lopez continues to maybe clown a little more than his corner would like, I think. He got hit with a right hand and he shook his head to tell the challenger, John, that it didn't do any damage. And John appeared to walk into a right hand himself. Molina, known for the footwork and the hand speed, has demonstrated he is well schooled in all aspects, and Lopez continues to be unimpressive for almost 9 minutes of this fight. We'll come back with round number 4 from Sacramento after this. Welcome back to Sacramento. The Arco Center is the site. The IBF Junior Lightweight Championship is the title on the line. Humilay and Sonny Means ringside for FNN Score as we begin round number 4 of 12. You got Lopez in the gold and the black trim with Molina in the blue, red, and silver trunks. And so far, the scorecard, Sonny Means, how do you have it after 1/4 of the fight in the books? Well, so far right now, I have I have it pretty even. The first round was even altogether. And I gave the champion that last round. And the round before that went to John with a knockdown. Nice right hand by the champ, but Molina comes back with a pretty nice combination himself. Probably the most impressive right hand landed by the champion as he continues to try to get in, but Molina tough with that jab, sticking it out there. And Lopez, who does some excellent work inside when he gets there, has yet to really show that he can get inside because Molina has just been so tough, keeping that jab in his face and other combinations. And so far, he's been the quote-unquote, I guess you'd say, ring general. Absolutely. And he's just been warned for another low blow, John. Losing his balance. Would have a nice opportunity for Lopez to climb all over him, but he didn't pull the trigger. A right hand landing as you see the perspiration flying off the face of Molina, but to no avail as he stands right there toe-to-toe and continues on his toes. And Lopez trying to force the action, but he really hasn't gotten Molina against the ropes or in any corners. And the jab by Molina continues to snap back the head of the champ. Good stiff jab from Molina. And that was over the right of the champion. The blood starts to trickle from the nose of the champion again. uneventful fight to this point, except for the second round knockdown scored by the challenger about 45 seconds into round number 2. It was a nice left hook, leveling the champ. And since that time, I think Lopez has spawned a new sense of respect for John Molina and his punching power. Not a big knockout. In 18 fights, he's had 13 knockouts, but no more for excellent hand speed, as I said, and good combinations. And so far, Lopez has yet to figure out the challenger. Nice right hand delivered by Molina over a sagging left hand by Lopez as he continues to clown and not getting anything done. Surprisingly, Lopez has an 1.5 inch reach advantage, but to this point in the fight, it's been Molina with the reach effectiveness, and Lopez trying to land the big right over the left jab, and right there a grazing right. Of course, the crowd reacting a lot more favorably for any punches landed by Lopez as opposed to John Molina.
And John Molina is doing the better work in this fight at this point, in this round, I should say.
John Molina, another very, very good round. Round number 4 is about in the books. And will come out as 1 loss in his professional record, but he contests that. He talked about that earlier today.
He went down to his one knee on his back knee. He made maybe an inch upward movement, so I hit him again, and next thing you know, I was disqualified.
That, of course, was against Ramon Rico back on September 2nd of last year. 23 days later, after getting disqualified in that 7th round, I should say, he took out Rico to make good on his promise, KO3. So he feels, as far as a loss, nobody has beaten the Tiger, Sonny. But right now, John Molina doing a pretty good job of it.
Well, he had better come alive in this fight because he will walk out of here minus 1 title and 1 belt, you should say.
Round number 5 of 12, the IBF, of course, ruling back in August to go to 12 rounds. Previously, they had been the last federation to go to 12 rounds. The BA and BC went to 12. The IBF held out as long as it could, but finally they relented and they went to 12 rounds. So this is an IBF 12-rounder. Now, John Molina starting to use the ring a little more effectively. Lopez continuing to stalk, but to no effectiveness.
The ring is about 18 feet on the inside. There's 22 all told, but 18 on the inside of the ropes. And at this point, John is utilizing it to his advantage.
But I would think that John Molina, A, in front of a hostile home crowd, B, being that he is a challenger, will have to continue to press, continue to be impressive, and maybe have a couple other big rounds if he intends to leave Sacramento and head back to San Juan.
Of course. Oh, a good right hand.
Another right hand by Molina, and Lopez is holding on.
He was hurt by that right hand. He's still on wobbly legs.
Molina. Lopez trying to duck, but he's still on some wobbly legs. Now he's in the corner. He's going down. He is hurt badly by John Molina. Is trying to hold on right above us here. The champion in big, big trouble. The Puerto Rican challenger pounding away. Another big round by John Molina. And Tony Lopez is in big trouble here in round number 5.
And you wonder if the referee would want to give a standing 8 count at this point or what? He's being nailed all over the place, and he's on rubbery legs.
Hold up, Tony!
Tony Lopez, the championship on the line here, and the challenger just pounding away. Tony Lopez in big, big trouble here in round number 5. An upset could be in the making as now Lopez wants to hold on, but John Molina not going to let Lopez away as he did in round number 2.
But he's not throwing any punches, and the ref has yet to say anything. He's pushing him back. Obviously, he's taking a look at the eyes of the champion and feels that he's able to handle himself. He's holding on pretty good with the round trickling down.
Will Edgington and Jimmy Montoya working the corner of the champion, imploring him to cover up and hold on, but Molina continues to pound away a big round for the challenger, rocking Lopez on a number of occasions. And the Tiger is hurt big time here in round number 5. He can hold on for 20 more seconds. He will weather this storm, but right now falling way behind on the scorecards. He comes out with a nice right hand, gets the respect of Molina. Now he starts to rally slightly.
And what Molina has to do, he has to be careful.
Lopez winning a big 5th round, but Lopez a victory of sorts just to survive the 5th round. He started to clown again. Sonny, as we're going to check the replay out, It was a big right hand by John Molina. Before it was left, now the right on the button.
Right behind the left hand. That's the way it's picture perfect, the way it should be done.
Lopez continued to hold on. Molina, not known to be a big puncher, could not put him away. Later in the round, Lopez had yet to throw a punch in retaliation. Molina had him in Lopez's corner. Edgington and Jimmy Montoya imploring their man to hold on and cover up. But Lopez, toward the end of round 5, did land a decent right hand and a